Hey everyone, and welcome to this incredibly delicious explainer. I am absolutely thrilled today because we are going on a mouth-watering journey straight to Fukuoka, Japan. If you're the kind of person who loves rich, savory, totally unforgettable food, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today we're exploring the legendary Taiho Ramen, specifically the Ogori branch, through the eyes of a super dedicated fan. So get ready to practically smell that rich pork broth right through your screen, because we're breaking down everything you need to know for an authentic culinary trip. Okay, let's just dive right into this.
Here is our deliciously packed itinerary for today. First up, the Taiho Ramen hype. 2. Arriving at the Ogori branch. 3. Decoding the ramen menu. 4. Customizing your perfect bowl. And finally, number 5, the Mukashi Ramen experience.
All right, section 1, the Taiho Ramen hype.
To really understand this hype, we are following famous local guide and level 10 Google reviewer Nogutube Noguchi Takeshi. He actually calls this a ramen I have loved deeply since my college days. This isn't just a quick bite to eat. It is a nostalgic, beloved staple. I mean, when a local food expert makes it a top priority to visit a specific ramen shop during the crazy busy Golden Week holidays, you just know it's going to be something spectacularly good. Moving on to section 2, arriving at the Ogori branch. So while the Ogori branch is usually a bit easier to get into than their main store, visiting during a massive holiday like Golden Week totally changes the game. Even if you arrive right at 1 p.m., you are still going to be met with a 30 to 40-minute wait. But honestly, just looking at the crowds of smiling locals and happy families waiting outside, it kind of just builds the anticipation. A 30 to 40-minute wait for ramen in Fukuoka is practically a badge of honor, and for sure a guarantee of a fantastic meal. Now here is where a lot of first-timers make a huge mistake. Do not just walk up and stand at the back of the line. Step 1 is absolutely crucial. You have to write your name down on the clipboard at the front. Only after you do that do you actually line up, join the crowd, and honestly my favorite part, browse the menu while you wait. Which brings us perfectly to section 3, decoding the ramen menu. Since we're just standing here in line with all these hungry, excited customers anyway, we might as well figure out exactly what we're going to order. The staff actually hands out menus to everyone waiting, so you can order super smoothly once you finally get inside. And here is the magic number as of May 2026, 940 yen. That's the price for a regular size of their famous Mukashi ramen. Nogutube Noguchi Takeshi playfully notes that this is actually a 110 yen increase from back in November 2024 when it was just 830 yen. But hey, even with that slight price bump, getting a legendary, world-class bowl of authentic ramen for under 1,000 yen is literally an absolute steal. Okay, so you have a pretty big choice to make here. Taiho Ramen's menu is basically divided into 2 main pillars. On one side, you have the Mukashi or old-style ramen. This one is definitely for the rich flavor lovers out there, featuring a deeply flavorful returning soup that's mixed with homemade lard. Then, on the other side is the standard ramen for 890 yen, which offers a much more mellow, basic version of that famous returning soup. Our guide is firmly on team Mukashi, but you really can't go wrong. Both are just incredible. Now, what happens if you finish your noodles, but you still have a bunch of that amazing soup left? Well, enter the magical concept of kayadama, which just means noodle refills. For 150 yen, you get a fresh, hot serving of normal noodles. But you gotta check out these flavor-shifting options. For just a little extra, you can get your refill noodles tossed in Mukashi-flavored oil for 250 yen to make your soup even richer, or black-flavored oil for 280 yen to completely shift the taste with this amazing spicy roasted garlic. It is literally like getting 2 completely different meals in one sitting. And we definitely can't forget the sides. Ramen is such a social, comforting food, and nothing pairs better with it than a great side dish. You can actually upgrade your ramen to a set meal. You can add things like their famous takana, which is a spicy mustard leaf, fried rice and gyoza dumplings for an extra 570 yen, or maybe a savory char pork rice ball for 470 yen. Nogutube Noguchi Takeshi mentions he always gets a noodle refill or some rice because, trust me, you absolutely must have something to soak up all that leftover broth. Real quick, before we head inside, here's some amazing restaurant trivia directly from their menu. Did you know their noodles are specially made using egg whites? Or that they only use carefully selective domestic rice? But okay, the absolute best part, a real game changer, is that their famous takana pickles, which are perfectly stir-fried in oil, are completely free and unlimited. You can just pile this spicy, crunchy goodness right onto your rice to your heart's content.
All right, Section 4, Customizing Your Perfect Bowl.
Okay, our name has finally been called. We are now inside the bustling, brightly lit restaurant, sitting at our table with a nice, relaxing cup of tea and just staring at this incredible lineup of free table condiments. You've got spicy garlic sauce, grated garlic, sesame seeds, pepper, chili oil, and classic red ginger. This is really where the interactive, fun part of eating ramen comes in. You get to play chef for a minute and tweak the flavor profile of your bowl to match exactly what you're craving today.
Now, if you aren't exactly sure where to start with all those options, our expert guide has a very clear tip. Nogutube Noguchi Takeshi says, "My recommendation is plenty of spicy garlic sauce and grated garlic." He loves to just absolutely load his bowl with it. It adds this amazing, spicy, pungent kick that cuts beautifully right through that rich, heavy pork bone broth. It's bold, it's fun, and yeah, it is highly recommended.
Finally, Section 5, the Mukashi Ramen Experience.
The steaming, fragrant bowl finally arrives at the table, and visually, it is a total sensory explosion. You have these perfectly tender slices of char siu pork, half a boiled egg, fresh green onions, crunchy bamboo shoots, and the real star of the show, little pieces of crispy fried pork fat. Our guy orders his medium-thick noodles, barikata, which just means extra, extra firm. Wrapping those super firm noodles around a piece of seaweed and taking a bite with that crispy pork fat, it's a texture combination that is simply out of the world.
But honestly, the true magic here is the soup itself. The calling back or returning soup method they use means the broth is continually replenished, creating this intense depth of flavor you just can't get anywhere else. Nogutube Noguchi Takeshi drank every single last drop and said, "I really want to put this rich pork bone soup in a thermos and take it home." And I think we can all relate to tasting something so comforting you just want to literally carry it around with you all day. So after exploring the massive hype, the menu hacks, the flavor shifts, and that glorious, unbelievably rich pork bone soup, I just have to ask, are you ready to line up for your own bowl of Taiho ramen? Because whether you are a local or planning a future trip to Fukuoka, this is one culinary adventure you really do not want to miss. Thank you so much for joining me on this mouth-watering explainer. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I truly hope you find a bowl of ramen out there that makes you as happy as this one.